어디를 가든지 이렇게 스테이크는 완상적인 가격도 싸고요. 저번에는 뭐 3,000페소 달라야 되니 여기는 뭐 2,000 몇 페소 달라는 것 같던데 10달러도 안 되네.
Good job! Unpumped!
오늘 또 다른 파트의 부에노스아이레스의 도시 내에서 어제와 다른 곳을 방문한다길래 지금 따라갑니다.
It's called Teatro Colón. Colón means Columbus Theater. The elite said, well, we need a big posh opera house. We're going to be in the league of the big metropolis of this world. We need a big, good opera house. The Teatro Colón was designed by an architect from Italy called Francesco Tamburini. Now, Francesco Tamburini, he made all the plans like this. What is the most important thing in an opera house? That it's beautiful, it's big? No. Is that the acoustics are good. Because people don't use microphones in opera. They use the biological acoustics. I don't know how to describe it. So this place is actually very, very famous for the acoustical performance. For example, the Acoustical Society of America. Behind me, the oldest synagogue of Buenos Aires. If you didn't know, we have here one of the biggest Jewish communities of the world. It's number 5 in a country in the world, biggest in a city outside of Israel in the United States. There's about 200,000 Jews in this city, which is 20 times more than in Madrid. This is because Argentina had a massive European migration in the late 19th century and the beginning of the 20th century. Argentina was a very small country, talking about population, very big territory, very few people. The economy was growing very fast. As the Jewish Colonization Association, this was financed by a man from the Austro-Hungarian Empire called Baron von Hirsch. This man had the project of buying farming land in Argentina, yes, and creating Jewish agricultural colonies, like Jewish cities, specially designed and founded by them. Most beautiful places of Buenos Aires. Yes, remember when we started, I told you we had a lot of money in the beginning of the 1900s, that the families of the elites, the landowner elites, they decided to get away from San Telmo and come live here, and start building a new style. And their bigger influence was the French school, on the city inside. Some people don't speak French. Like that big house. That was the house of Familia Chilena. Not only this, check out that building there. It looks very French. Like many other buildings. Now we're gonna get into complete streets that look like very French. The other place. So what architecture we have to show we're great? And the French were doing these manuals, how to make an awesome looking building, like putting together the best of the Greek, Romans, and whatever there is, and buildings that look like this. Yes, this was the private residence of Familia Chilena. I mean, built in 1908, beginning of the 20th century, in South America. It's absolutely crazy. Very nice. Buenos Aires is the only city in the whole continent that actually looks like this. That's why sometimes you buy a guidebook of Buenos Aires, and it says at some points the surname. And it's not that it's a saint, it's part of the state. And if you know what happened to this man, you'll understand all the independence process in South America. Not just the Argentina one, but all the countries in this continent. There's mountains from the province of Mendoza into Chile. To liberate Chile and went by sea to conquer the city of Lima, from Argentina to Lima. Considered to be absolutely impossible. So she built the tallest building in Latin America. She called it the Cabinet building. And it was the tallest building for almost a decade here. And the society hated it because it was ugly. Like the elites, because they like the European styles. Yeah? So it's an American Art Deco. It could be a building in Chicago in the 1930s, basically. Just to see how much the city changed, how the way it looks, the way it feels, the architecture. Okay, guys, there's room here in the shade for everyone. If you want to be in the shade, I recommend. Biggest clients, they built for us that tower. Biggest birthday gift for the centennial. So now you say who built the clock for us? The British Empire. That's why I called it the Big Ben of South America. They say you like the Big Ben. Okay, we just make one for you. There's a building behind the trees with a spike on the top. That's a beautiful train station, the train station of Retiro. What you're gonna see is that in Buenos Aires we have these beautiful grand train stations like in European cities, and actually you can take a train to go to the suburbs. There's 800 kilometers of suburban train. Last war of our history, the Malvinas War, takes place in 1982 between Argentina and the United Kingdom. You might know it as the Falklands War. Falklands and Malvinas are two different names for the same place. These islands you see literally that's what happened. Then the islands were under Spanish administration. Argentina becomes an independent country from Spain. Argentina says, well, all the territories of Spain here Argentina, they're a new country. So that included the islands. There were a group of Argentinians living on the islands, Argentinian population of the islands, until the year 1833, when the British came back, decided with boats and guns to take back these territories. I was saying that before Argentina ever was French, it's actually part of France because it's a French embassy today. As I
French
told you,
embassy.
many of these buildings are embassies. That the French bought this house in 1939 to family Ortiz Basualdo. In some cases, it's quite an interesting story about it. We're gonna see that with the next block with the Embassy of Brazil. Let's go see it. Former house of family Pereda. Yes, Celedonio Pereda owns 220,000 hectares of land. He was a multimillionaire, and he invited the visiting presidents of Brazil to stay in his house during his visits in the 1930s. That president was called Getúlio Vargas. If you ever study history of Brazil and you know about one guy in the Vatican embassy, the Vatican is an independent state, just like a country,
Vatican.
so they have
Vatican
diplomacy, and they don't call the ambassador, it's called nuncio, but it's like an ambassador, and he lives here. Mariana.
와, 어떤 거인이
Okay, guys, come here, please.
이걸 들고 있는 것 같이 나무를. 오늘 날씨도 좋고요.
Okay, guys.
와,
Just wait for everybody.
이게 도대체 부에노스아이레스에 얼마나 볼만한 데가 많은지 모릅니다. 너무나도 아름다워요. 아, 너무 아름답습니다.
This is actually built in the 1700s, 1732, and it's a colonial building. I started this story saying it's very difficult to find colonial buildings. Most of them were demolished, were replaced in the 19th century. Many beautiful churches were embellished. They put things in the facades, like aerial routes that did the troops to the ground to take some more territories, like a monster. You see it being
Celebrate the oldest trade.
like all these plaster.
Oh, sorry.
Routes that with the
Thank you very much. Thank you.
But obviously it's not very.
아, 여기 극장인데요. 오텔로라고 하는 오텔로 이 오페라를 하는데, 아, 여기서 제가 오페라를 못 보고 가는 거는 저번에 그 시티 투어 할 때 여기 극장에 산다는 걸 알았는데 제가 이걸 못 보고 간다는 건 조금 안타깝네요. 아, 어제 저녁이라도 이걸 나와서 봤었어야 되는데 조금 안타깝습니다. 여기서 또 레스토랑 오늘 시내 투어 가이드, 영어로 하시는 투어 가이드 따라서 좀 시내를 좀 돌아봤고요. 한 2시간. 내일 오전에는 10시 반짜리 또 시내 투어를 찍고, 오늘은 이제 3시부터 하는 거 들었는데, 가다가 그 국회 쪽에 가다 보면 큰 대로변에 레스토랑이 있어 들어왔는데, 지금 사실 점심 시간도 아니고 뭐 저녁 식사도 아니고 한 중간 정도, 한 6시 정도 지났는데, 얘들은 뭐 저녁 식사 한 10시부터 하니까. 근데 이제 그 시푸드도 한번 먹었는데 한 번 더 먹으러 가야 될 것 같고, 저는 시푸드를 좋아하니까요. 근데 어디를 가든지 이렇게 스테이크는 완상적입니다. 아, 가격도 싸고요. 저번에는 뭐 3,000페소 달라야 되니 여기는 뭐 2,000 몇 페소 달라는 것 같던데, 10달러도 안 됩니다. 아유, 환상적입니다. 와, 스토프이 제가 지금 미디움으로 주문했는데, 와, 너무너무 고기가 부드럽고요. 와, 너무 좋습니다. 와, 여기는 등심인 것 같아요. 기존에 구웠던 데는 안심이었다면 여기 등심 부위 같은데 너무
Good job! On Papa!